Well, hey there, seventh grade. How about let's get ready for a quiz this Friday? Yep, just as like I told you in class, we're going to be having a quiz on Leviticus and Numbers. And the two kinds of questions that are going to be asked on this quiz are fill in the blank and short answer and a bonus question. So I want you to pay attention to what we're going to talk about. So here is the handout where we began our discussion on the final three books of Moses. So we've been talking about Genesis and Exodus, and now we're going to be talking about Leviticus and then Numbers, and then finally Deuteronomy. And so the quiz this week is going to be on Leviticus and Numbers. So here's some really good things for you to know. Look at that right there. That the first five books of the Bible are also called the Torah and the Pentateuch. And if we could find one word that summarizes all of the book of Leviticus, it would be holiness. And then, this is a really good question right here. I'm just going to go ahead and highlight it. Look at that. The book of Leviticus addresses this question. How can a holy God live among unholy people? That's a really great question. And of course, we learn in the book of Leviticus all about how God does that. And he does that through three primary means: through rituals, through the priesthood, and through purity laws. That's how God's presence can be with the people. All right, and then we move on into the book of Numbers. And if we had to find one word that would summarize, or in this case, two words that would summarize the whole book of Numbers, it would be hard hearts. That's right, hard and sinful hearts. That's the kind of people that the Israelites show themselves to be on this very long trip. And when the people of God reveal these hard hearts and they show their sinful ways, what are the kinds of things that God does in response to that? Well, sometimes he brings death, and sometimes he brings plagues. And at one point, he punishes them by saying that they're going to wander around for 70 years in the wilderness until the whole generation of Israelites died that was unfaithful. At one point, there was a fire that broke out and consumed 250 people. And then there was the punishment of Moses not being able to enter the promised land. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways in which God responds to the hard hearts of sinful men and women. So that's a nice kind of look at things that you should be ready and prepared for your quiz. Also, there is a video that you can watch. And that video you can find right here on my recordings for this podcast. And so you'll see that that's my video review of the book of Leviticus. And you can find that on Plus Portals.